It's apple season. I was originally gonna do that with 3, but I can't juggle 3. So for today, I thought what we would do is make a couple of different recipes using apples and pre-made puff pastry. Why? Mostly because it's easy. You can, of course, make your own pastry, but I thought that this seemed like a fun and simple way to celebrate apple season, making some simple, delicious, vegan apple pastry recipes. Speaking of which, you might be asking yourself if puff pastry is vegan, and let's answer that question. If it's cheap, probably. If it's expensive, probably not. So make sure you check the ingredients. They can use actual butter in it, and that's mostly what you're looking for. However, cheaper ones like this one just use vegetable shortening. So one of the times where it actually is cheaper to be vegan. Excellent. Let us get started. We're going to be making 4 apple puff pastry recipes today. First things first, you want to make sure that your puff pastry is fully thawed. We're going to start off with making apple roses today. Cut your apples in half, and then we're going to remove the core. I've got a bowl that I've filled with water, and I'm going to add a little pinch of citric acid in there to stop oxidation. You can also use lemon juice or vinegar. Now we're going to take our apple this way and just try and create very thin slices. And then put your slices, as they're done, into your bowl of water. And then we're just going to very briefly microwave these to soften them up a little bit so that they will fold into roses more easily. I'm going to go for probably about 4 minutes. Let's see. All right, we've got our puff pastry on flour, coated with a little flour. And now we're just going to roll it out into a reasonably large rectangle. Next, let's divide it into 6 equal portions. So that's 2. And I'm doing this so like the portions are going across this way, which says nothing. I'm doing this so you get thicker but shorter portions. The next step is going to be brush with some sort of a jam or a preserve, whatever you really like to taste, even like a Nutella you could do, but a vegan Nutella, of course. But I'm going to be using this dogwood jam that we recently made. And we're just going to spread it across each of these strips. We've got our apples. They are nice and pliable, which is just what we want. So now let's drain out all the liquid. Now you're just going to place the apples along the length of a piece of your puff pastry. They can overlap a little bit, and you just want to make sure that they are poking out from this top edge. Take it, fold it over so this meets the other side of the pastry. And then use your fingers to very delicately, especially at the beginning, here we go, roll it up into a spiral. And then you can just pop that right into a muffin tray. Let's keep on going. And there they are. That was 1.5 apples, so it was almost the perfect amount. We're going to put them in the oven around 375 for around 40 minutes. Next up, we're going to make something a little bit breakfasty and make some classic apple turnovers. We're going to add a wee bit of a twist, though, by adding another one of my favorite fall fruits, the cranberry. As you can see, we're using frozen cranberries because until like the week before Thanksgiving, you really can't find fresh cranberries, which is a pity, but frozen will do. We're going to start off by cutting 2 apples into small cubes. You can peel them if you like. I don't really think that's necessary. I have 2 half apples here that I'm using, and I'm counting that as 1 apple. The other apple we're going to be using is this Granny Smith. We're going to start off with 2 apples cut into cubes, and with that we're going to make our filling. This is probably going to make a little bit more filling than we're going to need for the 4 turnovers we're making, but you can have the rest over oatmeal or whatever. We're gonna start by melting a tablespoon of vegan butter. To that, we're gonna add our apples and about half a cup of our frozen cranberries. You can use fresh. A couple more for good luck. And a couple more. Now we're gonna let it cook down until these cranberries just start to pop. Things are starting to turn a little bit pink, and that's because our cranberries are getting to the point where they're soft enough to burst. So let's add half a cup of brown sugar and whatever amount of cardamom your heart decides. You can see that we're getting a lot of moisture now. If you can see through the blur, I don't really know. So we're gonna add what is a tablespoon of cornstarch mixed with a tablespoon of water to the apples, and that will thicken it up fairly quickly. There we go. All right, let's take this off the heat. We have roses. All right, we want to try and roll this into a relatively equal square, and then we're going to cut it into 4 pieces. So each of those pieces should also sort of look like squares. We've got a baking sheet lined with a silicone mat, and then all we're going to do is put our prepared filling into our pastries. So take a nice generous scoop, keep it sort of on 1/2 if you're thinking like diagonally, and then bring this overhead. I always add too much filling because I just want it to be as full as possible. You could not make your life difficult and not do that if you wanted to. Now once we have it here, we're gonna seal the edges closed with a fork, forming our beautiful little turnover. This will definitely leak because I overfilled it. Let's transfer it as best as we can over to our prepared baking sheet. And let's be a little less greedy with the next one. A little more sparks on the filling saves ourselves a bit of a headache. We've got them on our baking tray. They're definitely going to explode. I can't help that. And by explode, I mean come out the sides. We've been through this. So let's bake them for about 25 minutes at 400. That's 200 if you're doing Celsius. All right, friends, it's Cruffin time. So for a long time, I've been wanting to try a Cruffin, which is like a croissant muffin. And I've heard you can use puff pastry as sort of like a quicker than croissant dough hack. So that's what we're gonna be trying. And of course, it's an apple video, so we're gonna put apples in it. Now, if you look up recipes for this, most of them have you use 2 full packs of puff pastry. And I don't want to. So we're gonna be making a much smaller batch that's only, I think, going to make 3 Cruffins, but hopefully 3 really delicious Cruffins. We're gonna take some plant-based butter and spread a layer of it over our puff pastry. And this is just essentially, we're giving ourselves another layer of puffy, buttery goodness. This is meant to be quite indulgent. We're gonna be folding in half, so you only need to get the butter on half of it. Fold it in half. So we have like a butter sandwich. We're gonna do that again. Now that we've got all these layers, we're gonna roll it out. Let's divide this into 3 strips. They're not very even, but that's okay. And then we're just gonna add this apple ginger sort of along the strip. This is actually kind of similar to the apple roses now that I think of it, but hopefully the results are pretty different. For this, I've peeled and chopped 1 apple into very small little cubes. We want to get as much apple flavor as we can without adding too much moisture. So we're going to add that to a pot along with a tablespoon of vegan butter. Next, I'm going to finely chop a little handful of crystallized ginger, and we'll add that in. We're also going to add a nice sprinkle of cinnamon and that same cornstarch slurry we did before. 1 tablespoon of cornstarch and 1 tablespoon of water. And this should get very thick, which is exactly what we want because we want to try to avoid adding too much moisture to our Cruffins. You know, I don't know if I even said what a cruffin is, but it's supposed to be like a mix between a croissant and a muffin, and I've never had one, and I've been curious. So that is sort of why I'm using today as an excuse to try it out. Because this one is so much thicker than the other ones, I'm gonna fold it, but you don't need to do that. Now you just make like a tight spiral. Pop them in. 1, 2. I feel like these might blow up to be absolutely huge, but it's an experiment, so we're gonna pop it in for about 20 minutes. The last thing I wanna do is make some kind of a savory apple puff pastry situation. So here's what I'm thinking. I have shallots, I have maitake mushrooms, and I have apples. So let's make some sort of like a tart. Let's start off by making a creamy sauce for the base. This sauce is really where the sweet and the savory are going to find their meeting point. I'm starting off with a handful of cashews, a splash of apple cider vinegar. Now I'd like to do some garlic, but I don't want it to be too pungent. You could add roasted garlic, or I have black garlic in my fridge, and it has a much more sort of caramelly flavor to it than fresh garlic. So I think I'm gonna add, here, you gotta like pop it out from the many layers, there we go. A little bit of this black garlic. If you've never used black garlic before, it's worth checking out. It's a very sweet, intense, garlicky flavor. Of course, we're gonna need some salt and some water. Let's give that a blend and see how it tastes. I'm also gonna go ahead and clean this little bit of maitake mushroom. Now this comes from the woods and it looks like it. Look, there's a leaf. It needs a good amount of washing before we can eat it. Well, as predicted, they exploded, but they are looking beautiful. The cruffins are supposed to be done in 3 minutes, but I can tell you they will not be done in 3 minutes. It may not look that good, but I assure you it tastes great. I wasn't really setting out to make a black garlic tart, but we are, because that's what this tastes like and it's delicious. The next thing we're gonna do is to saute our shallots and our maitakes together. We're gonna cook all the bits ahead of time and then assemble, essentially. In a hot skillet with some oil, we're gonna add our mushrooms and our shallots and just cook those until they're crispy. Time for our last bit of puff pastry. You don't really wanna roll this one out too much. We just wanna, you know, make everything nice and smooth. Once you have it into something roughly rectangle shaped, like this, take the edges and roll them over a couple times. Do that on all 4 edges. Let's slip some parchment paper underneath this, place it on a baking tray, and then bake it for 10 minutes at 400 degrees. We've got the puff pastry out of the oven, and we're adding a layer of this black walnut to it. It did puff up quite a lot, which is great, and this is unpuffing it, which is just what we expected. Now that we've got our black garlic sauce on it, I'm gonna add our apples. This is just 1 apple that I've sliced up thinly, and I'm spreading out across the tart. Then we're gonna top with our crispy maitakes and shallots. I'm gonna end with a little drizzle of olive oil. I added a little bit too much salt to the maitakes earlier, otherwise I would add some salt here now. And let's finish it off with our favorite spice blend, Sunny Paris. All right, now we're gonna pop it back in the oven for another 5-10 minutes. We'll keep an eye on it. Tart out of the oven. It's golden, it's sizzling, it looks perfect. The last thing I'm gonna do is top it with some fennel fronds, and we're done cooking for the day. And shall we try all our beautiful apple creations? Up first we have our apple roses. They're so beautiful. In order to make these, you have to bring them right to the edge of burning, but they're so stunning with like those little bit of pink that's like right in the petals and the way it blooms as it cooks. I love it. But does the taste live up to the look? It tastes like pastry and apple. Is it the best use of the flakiness of a puff pastry? Probably not, but is it still delicious because it tastes like pastry and apple? Yes, it's still delicious. It's also not like overly sweet, I will say that. It's sweet, pleasantly sweet. This actually I think would be a good breakfast option. Cheers to apple roses. Next, our intended breakfast option that I know is going to be a whole lot sweeter than that one are gigantic apple cranberry turnovers. So delicious. The cardamom with the apple and the tartness from the cranberry. The puff pastry is incredibly flaky. Beautiful. I would eat these for breakfast. I would eat these for dessert. I would eat these for a snack. It's just really good. Now we're going to try our ginger apple cruffin. This is probably the least successful one. There's a layer on the inside that I wouldn't call raw, but I wouldn't call cooked either. The ginger flavor is amazing though. It's really strong. And the sweetness from the apple complements it really well. And if you get rid of the middle and just eat the outside, it's like eating a croissant with ginger and apple. I don't know if cooking it a little bit longer would have helped, or perhaps you need to cook it a little bit lower and longer. The flavor is really, really good. And the outer few layers are also really, really good. The inside isn't terrible, but not quite to its flaky cooked potential. This one definitely needs some tweaking, but there is potential. And I like very much the idea of a cruffin. Finally, after all our sweets, it's time for our savory. I think we were supposed to do that the other way, but my bad. Black garlic apple Maitake tart. I've been eating a lot of Maitake lately, and this is the best thing I've had in a while. The black garlic complements the Maitake so well, and the little bits of sweetness and tartness you get from the apple is just, it sets it above. As does the fennel, really, and then the flakiness from the pastry. Like, this is the type of stuff where if I went to a high-end restaurant and was served this, I'd be impressed. And I made this in my home with store-bought puff pastry, sort of on a whim. When you get cooking right, it's a very powerful feeling. Hey, thank you so much for cooking with me today. Let me know your favorite uses for puff pastry in the comments below. Also, have you made a cruffin before? Where did I go wrong? Let me know so I can make some changes and come back to you with even more cruffins, because everyone should eat cruffins. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more and hang out with us all the time, make sure you're subscribed and have notifications turned on so you'll see the next time we publish a video. And when I say we, I'm not using like the royal we. There's two of us. He's my business partner. Tasting department. Okay, thanks so much. Bye.